an MP rotator, which is pretty much, does anyone not know what an MP rotator is? You guys seen these? The finger sprays, they're the Hunter version of that. They're the lowest flow nozzle that you can buy currently. I think, and I might be wrong, but it's something around like 0.87 of a litre per minute for the same distance. So they're a low flow nozzle. So we would, at this level where we're talking to you, we'd kind of try to understand whether or not you want to spray or a rotary nozzle. You've obviously got the impact sprinklers, the ones that are kind of not a thing anymore. Gear drives pretty much superseded them. So gear drives are the ones that you'd see in parks that just have an arm of water or a rain curtain of water if it's a rainbird sprinkler, and they just go back and forth. And then the R-Van, which is that one, that's a rainbird, and the Hunter MP rotator, they're the ones that have the finger sprays. So the idea behind these is that they're a matched precipitation sprinkler. I'll talk about that in a sec. So you've got sprinklers, and then you've got drip tube. So you've either got drip tube on a line, so the brown or the purple. You would have seen we've got purple tube up there. Purple tube is purple to signify that it's reclaimed water or recycled water. It's not for human consumption. The theory is that you as an intelligent human being will see purple and not wrap your mouth around the drip tube for a drink. I don't understand a person that's going to wrap their mouth around drip tube for a drink is the same person that's probably not going to look at what colour it is. We've got brown, we've got purple. Brown looks good on dirt and under mulch. Purple tells you don't drink it. So the quality of the recycled water that we're getting is pretty good, so you're probably not going to get sick from it, but my advice, don't wrap your mouth around any irrigation at all. Now, you've got the drip tube that's got drippers in line, and then you can buy individual drippers. We'd be having the conversation with you at the time where we're designing this system around whether or not you believe the system warrants drip line or individual drippers. If you've got a garden bed that's quite sparse, obviously like some of the stuff you've done, Craig, where there's like square meters where there might not be something, you might want to be a little bit more precise about where you're putting water. If you've got a garden where the client's just going to plant the whole thing out, or you're going to plant the whole thing out, that's when we're going to look at using drip tube. The idea behind drip tube is that we just create this complete blanket of water, and that you don't even have to think about where you're planting. You're not thinking that this has to sit within 30 centimeters of a root bulb to try and encourage root growth out. It's just wet. So the way that would work, there's a dripper every 30 or 40 centimeters, and it basically creates a bulb of water underground, depending on the soil profile, and then wherever you stick a plant, where it's going to find water. So they're your two delivery methods, drip and spray. We would talk to you about which one you think is most appropriate for your job. It could be that you have low flow and low pressure and we need to design around that. It could be that the client's budget's quite low and that we need to design around that. The van sprinklers, a nozzle is, I don't know, $2. Don't quote me on that if you're coming in and negotiating, but say it's $2. An MP rotator, some shops will sell them for $18. So there's a massive difference there, but there's also this, I guess, false economy. If you've got a lot of them and you're trying to run them on a solenoid valve, if you've only got 12 litres a minute, you're only going to get maybe 3 of these to run, where you might get 10 of these to run. So there's this further thought process as to whether or not you're actually saving your client money by going with a van nozzle, but then you're costing them more money because you're putting in more solenoid valves, more cable, more infrastructure. So